Well, welcome back to the small scape. Yes, I did find myself looking at this tank saying, this is absolutely fascinating. Why? Well, I'm going to share why. This is Peanut. This is Peanut's 5-gallon tank, and it does look different if you recall the tank that I set up previously. Why? Well, there were several issues when we got back from Aquashella. The filter, I was attempting to fix it, and we had to scrap it. My sister was here taking care of all of our pets, my plants, everything. I have a twin sister. Her name is Dee Dee. She did an amazing job. She's like an angel right down from heaven and took care of all of our plants and pets and fish and everybody. Everybody's so happy. All the little fish are holding signs. Yay, Dee Dee. She's the greatest. She even took care of duckweed in all of our 80 tanks. Who does that? So this tank she was helping me. She said, these plants aren't looking really good. She called me when we were in Texas. And I said, yeah, I know. I got to get some new ones. She said, well, I'm going to Petco. Can I get some new plants? I said, yes. Now, she's not a fish keeper. She has never scaped, had a tank, nothing. She hears me talking all the time. She watches my videos because she's nice. She knows I love Anubias. So, yes, she picked out some Anubias, some Java Fern Windelov. Great choice. We're going to give it a try, see if it wants to survive in this tank. And I think it looks great. She scaped this tank. It's amazing. Really great. She picked out really great things. Anubias. Who doesn't love Anubias? Bettas love Anubias. She picked out a nice little bridge. Yes, it's that little bridge that has like seeds in it. It doesn't really work. It's a cute little size, and we both really wanted Peanut to have some little areas to go under and around. It's just so much fun when you can watch them having fun in their tank. And then also some botanicals. Yes, she wanted to use some botanicals. Amazing. Fish love them. They release nice tannins, nice color in the tank, kind of gives a moody little look, and it has antimicrobial properties. It's really hard to say. And fish just really love them. And they come from a lot of the places that bettas come from. They're used to having a lot of leaf litter, etc. So we did drop in a few little goodies for Peanut. I think she really loves them. And it's a great looking tank. So yes, number one, fascinating fact about this tank is, yes, a beginner, complete beginner, scaped it. And it's just beautiful. Now this tank I did have an Aquatop. It was a Nanoponics. That was the tank that we recently had. And the light that I was using, it was not good. It was on my list of, it just wasn't working. I don't think it was working properly, and it was not good. So I'm so happy to switch out the light. This tank is from Lifeguard Aquatics. It is the same tank as these four that we have back here. These are 8.3 gallons. This one that I have that Peanut is in is a 5-gallon tank, and it's an elevated tank, so it looks just very seamless, very beautiful, really cool. Really like it. All the mechanics are behind the scenes. Love that. And so fascinating fact number 2 is the light. What light did I put on here? Well, it is exactly like this one. This one is, I think they all kind of change the names depending on the brand, but this is called the Aqualighter Pico. It is a very tiny little, very streamlined little light, and it's got little LEDs in here, and a very, very slim design of a clip-on light, so it just rests right on the tank. And I think this is the fascinating fact number 2. This light puts out a beautiful little soft light that I am hoping, fingers crossed, check back with me, if it does really well for the plants. We'll see how these low light plants like this, basically a very low light, but it leaves like a very, very subtle kind of daytime sort of look to it. It doesn't look artificial. It has almost like a little glimmer. It to me looked like a miniature cheap version of a Kessel light. I don't know. That's just how I look at it. Beautiful little light. Peanut really seems to like it, and it's right next to my working desk, so there is no glare like it's shooting in my eye first thing in the morning. It's really great. And fascinating fact number 3 is the substrate. We did reuse the substrate. We also reused some used filter media, also added some Fritz 7, just a little bit, just to make sure that we had enough beneficial bacteria, all that good stuff to have Peanut continue her little existence in this new little tank. But the substrate, the sand that I have in there is from Petco. It is my favorite top fin black sand, but Dee Dee wanted to add some of my also favorite substrate. I first used it at Aquashella. It was at the Oaza booth. They had this. They sell it on 7ports.com. It is aquarium gravel. It is called Black Diamond, not to be confused with Black Diamond blasting sand. It is Black Diamond, and it looks like miniature, teeny tiny black river rocks. So cute. Love it. It gives an extra little texture, especially if you're using larger or medium-sized black river rocks and black sand, or even light color sand. It adds a really fun kind of little texture if you want to bridge the gap between the large rocks and the smaller sand. Love it. Keep your eyes open for live stream in the near future, maybe next 2 or 3 weeks, because I love this substrate so much that I want to give some away. That's all I'm saying. There were a couple, these are little bonus things. For this tank, I did have a couple little hacks that I used that you've probably seen before that they're not really what I would call sightly. They're a little unsightly, but they work, they do the trick, especially when you come home, it's getting late in the evening and you say, I have to redo this tank. The flow for a lot of these tanks, these kit tanks, will be a little bit too high for a betta. It really goes shooting out on the surface. They don't like it, they don't appreciate it, so we have to kind of buffer that flow, and you can do that with a sponge. There's that you use for a return. You can use it on the or that you use for an intake. You can also use it on the return and kind of open it up a little bit just to reduce the flow. So you can use a black sponge for that. That's a little bit better looking. But all I did was grab some filter floss and a little rubber band, a little orthodontic rubber band, and just put that on the return, and it buffered it right down. There's still flow, but not enough to blow poor little Peanut around her little tank. And then the second hack I used, well, it was the same rubber band. I just had a little pile of those rubber bands sitting there, and I also used it because when I was trying to glue the Java fern to the driftwood, which is normally not a big deal if my super glue is working, but I just got back from Aquashella and I was using it in like a panic, massive amounts, so it got totally clogged with debris and sand and goo, and so I could not unclog the super glue. Only these microscopic little amounts were coming out of the super glue, both of my bottles. So I had to go to plan B, and that is wrapping a little rubber band around a rock and then kind of tucking in the roots of the Java fern. So right now, it is what it is. I'll fix it up, it'll look much better. But for right now, we get kind of an idea, and then when she comes over, she can say, I like it there, I don't like it there, I want to move it. Because, you know, if you're an aquascaper, you gotta mess with it. So that is the video. I just wanted to share these fascinating facts that I just really appreciated about this tank. I love looking at it. It sits by my work desk. It's just a fun little tank, and I know Peanut really loves it. There are so many ways that you can improve a tank, especially for a betta, that are very simple, and they have simple little wants. They want some cover. They want not too bright of light, some nice plants, some little doodads to swim around, and it's even fun for us as fish keepers to watch them interact with their little homes, and it's so much fun. So let me know, have you ever had a tank, did you set up a tank that you did something really simple or something really extravagant and you just really loved it? You just found it fascinating? Let me know. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.